Good afternoon, everyone. I know everybody is still feeling a little luggy from lunch. You enjoyed your lunch? Great. And so we have some very, very exciting news at this time. I know a lot of persons are waiting for this. I wish I had a drum roll. But first, we got desk drum rolls. Excellent. Okay, can I get the following persons, all the persons who participated in the panel? Last name, I see Sebastian's walking in. Bahari, you're walking in. Come right up here, right here with me. These are some of the persons from the panel, the Blue Marlin panel last evening. And for those of you who are hearing this for the first time, the Blue Marlin Business Innovation Challenge is an initiative by the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama that about a few weeks ago, we started receiving executive summaries from business plans on various projects, ideas that our local persons had. And these panel of persons, there are a few more others, but I know some of them perhaps are still at lunch who participated and helped support. Okay, they're coming. I see Laron, I see Dr. Jarvis Salsa. They're coming. Christy is coming as well. I do not see Gravette as yet. Gravette also. And we also want to acknowledge in advance the sponsors of the Blue Marlin Business Challenge. We want to say a special thank you to Grand Bahama Port Authority and also to Alive. We also have Cloud Carib and we also have Global Sun Integration. We want their representatives to stand right here to my right for those persons from those companies. Okay, we'll start again with that drum roll. Drum roll. And our third place winner, they will be getting business readiness training and $3,000 worth of hosting services courtesy of Cloud Carib and also a Google Chromebook. And the winner is Mr. Helvin. Well, that's third place winner. Let me get it right. Helvin Cash. Let's hear it for him. That's third place. Okay, so that's a business readiness training, Cloud Carib, $3,000 worth of hosting services. So the representative of Cloud Carib, you can stand here with Mr. Cash. I sure he got, and you know what's so valuable about this? They had an opportunity to pitch to these international companies, and they got a wealth of support and information during this time. And so, photo right here. Cloud Carib, Google, you can stand next to Minister. We're waiting for the minister. We're waiting for the minister. So another photo. Okay, we also have, I do apologize. Hold on, don't go, Mr. Cash. Alive have something for you too. Come on, let's hear it for Alive. So there's more surprises in here as well. Thank you, Talia and Alive. Okay, and this is Cloud Carib presenting you with your $3,000 worth of hosting services to help you. And I'm quite certain with your idea, that will go a long way for you. Cloud Carib is all the way here from New Providence. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Cash. Yes. Okay, drum roll again. In second place, they will receive business readiness training courtesy of the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama, $6,000 worth of hosting services courtesy of Cloud Carib, $2,500 cash courtesy of the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama, and a wonderful gift courtesy of Alive. And that winner is Mr. Nolan Dorset and Mr. Sweeting, I think it is the last name. Let's hear it for them. They're on their way up. It took a lot for them to be able to do that and give the pitch. So literally we had Shark Tank last night. Trust me when I tell you we had Shark Tank, Barracuda, Blue Marlin, Hoggy, Jack. You had all kind of tank last night. Congratulations, Mr. Dorset and your team. And it's Cloud Preview, make your presentation. So. Thank you so much. And the biggest drum roll for first place winner, all the way from somewhere here in Grand Bahama Island. I gave it away already. Oh. $10,000 cash prize, courtesy of the Office of the Prime Minister, of course, business readiness training, and courtesy of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, 1-year waiver of business license. There's also $12,000 worth of hosting services, $4,000 worth of project management, courtesy of Global Sun Management, and also a wonderful gift from Alive. And so, drum roll. Let me see if I find her anywhere in here. I can't pronounce the first name. So, Miss Hamilton, where are you?
You're here for first place. You're here for first place.
Here she comes. Yes. Come on, Grand Bahama. Let's hear it for her. Port Authority. Okay. Okay, yeah. But let them do this. The Blue Marlin Business Challenge, and we have the Port Authorities coming up next with their presentation. Come on, Port Authority, the whole entourage. Yeah, let's hear it for the Port Authority. Let me squeeze tight. She got plenty big checks to carry home today. Oh, Mr. Rollins, come on, he's going to run, grab his bag. Oh, he's jumping. Oh, yeah. There goes the cheerleader, LaShawn. Cloud Kareem is stepping in there. Don't move, Miss Hamilton. Cloud Kareem is coming to you. Where is James? Yes. James Clark, is he here? Oh, come on, James, come take James Clark from Global Sun Integration. He's the one who's giving $4,000. He's coming right now. $4,000 worth of project management. So he is going to be a support to you. Okay, now, before our panelists leave, because Gravette is going to speak on behalf of the panel, you now have to give us a 30-second pitch here to the entire room. Come on, let's hear it for her. Come on, you have the chair up. She's getting this kind of impromptu. She isn't expecting this.
Hello, good day. The first thing I would like to do is thank my Lord and Savior because I can't do anything without him. My name is Constantina Hamilton, and I am the president of Proserpina AgTech, where we believe in reforming and reconstructing farming, not only for the Bahamas, but for all the Caribbean and Latin American countries. We don't know where our food is coming from. We don't know what they're doing on their farms, and it's not fair to us. You know the label export only? It means that it's not good enough for their people to eat, but it's good enough for us, and that's not fair. We should all be able to have access to food, affordable access to food. In Grand Bahama, imagine in the next 5 years, we're going to be shipping out 4 to 5 acres. How do we ship out 4 to 5 acres? In 20 and 40-foot trailers where we're going to have portable farming for other farmers. Proserpina AgTech is going to be the first farm franchising model. We don't only just want to produce, we have $1 billion in food debt, which is not necessarily a curse, but an opportunity for farmers as north as Grand Bahama and as south as Inagua to start producing and feeding ourselves. The greatest thing about the technology is that when we have another hurricane like walking through, just how you pack up your stuff, you can pack up the farm. So you can pack up your investment and protect it. So when the hurricane walks on through, you still have your business and at least 90% of your production. The first thing we are taught in primary school is that we are 700 islands and keys and that we make up the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So it's not only about Grand Bahama manufacturing and producing these items, but it's also about getting all the other islands involved. My system is a little different from the other higher tech systems is because it's designed for people of the high school level, and also people of disabilities can also come to our institution once we get started in the Freeport area to be trained. So it's very important to me that we reach out to the youth and those who are disabled. So Bahamas, grow with me.
Now you see. Now you see why this initiative is so important to my minister and to the office of the Prime Minister. And we have so many of them last night that we had to select from. And so we want to salute all of you who participated last night for an excellent job and a good showing last evening. We had over 22 persons who placed applications, and the pitches we were, it was like, wow, how are we going to do this? But we do have Gravette Brown from Alive who will give some little quick tips. Gravette, we are behind on time, and I'm talking a little bit too much. You got 30 seconds. And so we just want to say a few things to those persons, because this is just the first of the many Blue Marlin challenges to come on behalf of the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama. So stay tuned. There will be some announcements coming within a couple short weeks. And so stay tuned, get yourselves ready, and be prepared for when we make the next announcement. Gravette.
Okay, so last night, myself and my very esteemed panel, we spent almost 3 hours looking at over 20 applications. It was, even though it was the end of what was a very invigorating day, it was also an invigorating session. I just want to say, before I came to Alive, I just actually moved back to the Bahamas about 2 years ago after working internationally, and I'm an investor. Before Alive, I was a principal investment officer at the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank Group. Just to say, I've seen projects and I've seen deals. I've seen deals in Nigeria, in Senegal, in Haiti, in Brazil, in Belarus, Russia, and the quality of what we saw tonight was impressive. So we shouldn't ever let anybody tell us that we cannot do it. I also want to just spend a bit more of my 30 seconds also congratulating the panel with whom I had the honor to sit with last night, evaluating projects. And if we really want to see entrepreneurship take off, it is necessary, it is absolutely critical that we have a vibrant investor community. We can't do it without venture capital, angel capital, venture capital, and then eventually private equity, which is what I have most recently been involved in, which is fairly later stage. But for investments like this, we need people who can really evaluate a business proposition, who know what to look for, and who can also give our young entrepreneurs and our older entrepreneurs, because we saw the gamut last night, who can give them real practical advice and guidance. So with that said, I'm just going to distill a few of the lessons learned that we kind of took away from last night to share with the other would-be entrepreneurs in the group and anyone else who's interested in it. Okay, so the first thing, when you're pitching, we all remember from primary school the concept of show and tell. As an investor, I want you to sell me the dream. And in order for you to sell me the dream, I need to touch it, feel it, and see it. So if you have a product, whatever your product is, find some way to show me what it is. It's so much more compelling. Oftentimes, before you've even said the first word, I get it. People who are used to doing this, I can evaluate a deal in under 30 seconds. I can tell whether or not you're somebody I'm going to spend another 1 minute thinking about or not. You make your decisions very quickly. If you have something to show, whether you're a graphic artist, bring your poster. If you're in agriculture, Tina came, she brought her plants. I mean, she bought the pipe with the plants. You saw it, you got it, you understood. And the minute she walked in the door, I knew what it was. I said to my colleagues on the panel, I know what this is, I get it. If you have something, bring it, show it, tell it. It means more than any words can say. Know your product. Know what you're selling. Even if you haven't started yet, know everything about it. Most investors, even if they don't know your industry in detail, they know how to ask Pearson questions. So you have to know the answers to all those questions. If you don't know the answers to the questions, then you have to find some way in that 30 seconds to convey that you're going to find the answer or you're going to get there as soon as possible. Have a prototype or a model that you can share, that you can show. Show that you have put some investment yourself into whatever it is you're selling. A lot of people think that, everyone always says access to finance, access to finance. What's most impressive to an investor community is if with whatever $5 or $10 or $100 you have in your pocket, you've managed to create something that someone can say, this is sellable, back to the first point, sell me the dream, show me your product, and that there's a market for. Make that first investment. You have to have skin in the game. Skin in the game is one of the #1 things that anybody wants to see. Finally, you're rounding out to the final things. Back in the 90s or wherever, I think it's 90s, 2000s, probably dating myself, there was a saying, it was called CREAM. Cash rules everything around me. Nothing we love more than cash flow. If you have cash flow, if you have an existing business that you are showing that you are investing the returns from your business into your new business, you almost don't have to do that much more. It just shows that I have managed to create a prototype. I had a vision. I can show you my vision. I've created a prototype for that vision, and I've managed to get somebody else to buy it. That means something. It shows that this works. We don't have to do that much guesswork to think, is this saleable or not? So these are just a few tips. The final thing I would say is that the #1 rule of thumb I've always had when I'm looking at deals and transactions is I look at the people. Because dreams ideas, everyone can have an idea. What really matters are the people who are executing and who are behind that idea. Who is your team? Who is around you? Who is with you? How are you going to get this done? Who have you brought onto your side? It also shows that somebody else has bought into your idea. So those are just about 5, little tips, things that we saw last night that we experienced. Just want to say it was a great experience with this group of people, seeing all of the entrepreneurs and just having this opportunity. I would make a challenge to the private sector that this is what we have to do more of. This is what we have, at Alive, we're investing, a live plug, but we are investing in young entrepreneurs and young technologists. It would be great if we can find some way to even formalize this across sectors, across industries, because this is really what's going to help this whole idea of entrepreneurship, of business creation to take off. That's it.
And in conclusion to that, again, we're looking out again for the Blue Marlin Business Challenge, and also the Port Authority have the Capital Arena as well. So for all the entrepreneurs who are out there, if you're looking for opportunities to access capital, here's the opportunity. So listen out to all the announcements that are coming. Avail yourselves to the various tips that you've been provided. And let me tell you, what the value came out of all of this. I can say this, there are several of the panelists here who have already committed to investing in some of these persons already. Their personal investment. And so that is even more valuable to them. And so thank you, panelists. Thank you to those who participated. And see the rest of you at the next Blue Marlin Challenge.
Tina. Constantina, that sounds pronounced.
Constantina.
Constantina. Let's congratulate her one more time. How, in 30 seconds, because we are booked for time, but how did you come up with this idea?
I'd like to first give acknowledgement to BAMSI. I'm actually the first original employee of BAMSI. I'd like to thank them for taking a risk on a graduate out of the University of the West Indies in the first year. And I came up with the idea of living in Andros, going to Ackland's Crooked Island, and experiencing the boat missing that week. And there's no gas on the island. There's no food on the island, and panicking. So it made me realize that we are different. I was able to travel around the world and see that we're unique. And that shouldn't be a negative thing. We just need to be more creative. And I wanted to help the farmers. I wanted to help Bahamians be able to afford healthy food, because it's not fair seeing a mother, I got to meet a mother of 4, have to choose between the noodles and fresh fruits and vegetables because she has to share between 4.
Thank you. We